This is just going to be on the YouTube video, but if you are interested in seeing what's about to follow in course format, you can go to the community, which is going to be linked below, head over to Classroom, and one of the courses that we'll have here for free is this course. And all the same videos will be included. There will just be resources for download, and for example, for the contact UDFs, I'll have them all listed out and you can copy and paste them. We'll also have some sample export sheets. So just want to let you know, if you want to see this within a course format with some additional resources, you can join the community at the link below. Hello, this is Joe with Simplicity Ops. In this video, I'm going to be going over setting up the data fields for Tracted Advisor's dashboard in Redtail so that the data can be tracked there and then exported for the Tracted Advisor dashboard. First, I'm just going to give an overview of what we'll be doing during this course. So the fields are going to be UDFs on the contact record. And the goal here is to add them all in as they are happening using a workflow. And then once on a regular basis, then exporting that data for the Tracted Advisor spreadsheet. So instead of filling it out on the spreadsheet, we'll be filling it out within Redtail. There's 4 features we're going to use in Redtail in order to do this. The first are contact and account user-defined fields. And by the way, if you hear banging in the background, there's construction going on in the office below me, so I'm sorry about that. So user-defined fields, Redtail has about 130 standard fields, but they also have user-defined fields, which are additional fields you can add if you want to track something other than the standard fields. Custom exports are where you pick and choose which fields you want to export and then put them in a specific order and create specific reports basically of the data that's in Redtail. A quick list is a dynamic search filter based on certain parameters. And then a workflow is a series of steps, basically a checklist that you can follow, let's say for an onboarding process. All right, so let me quickly show what this looks like in Redtail. So starting from the Today page, go to the little man icon, click on Quick List, go to TTA Export, and this is the dynamic search filter I was talking about. So I have contact status equal to prospect and status equal to client. So all contact records that are a prospect or a client are going to pull up. I'll click here, select all, come over here, do the custom export, and I have the 2 already set up here for prospect sheet and production sheet. So I'm just going to run both of these. And you'll see they download down at the bottom as CSV files. So the process will be, we'll open these up, select everything, copy it, and then you'll come to your dashboard and paste. So this for the prospects, and then for the production sheet, we'll do the same thing. So open it up, select everything, copy it, come back to the Google Sheet, go to the production sheet, and paste. And you'll see the fields, this is just sample data, but we've got source fields, who is the contact was referred by, which office location they are part of, the date of the seminar. So all the fields that you're used to seeing, they're just going to be tracked in Redtail. So this is the end result, and I'll show you the steps to set this up in the next video. So step one is going to be to add the contact UDFs to the database list. And these are the contact UDFs. So I'll show you how to add them in Redtail. So in Redtail, you'll come over to your name in the top right corner, click Manage Your Account, scroll to the bottom and click Manage Database Lists. Now this is something that you're going to have to be an admin to do, an admin in Redtail in order to do. So if you don't have admin access, you may have to request it, or you may have to get with the person that is the admin and go through this process with them. On the right here, you'll see accounts and contact lists. We're going to go to contact user-defined fields. And these are the UDFs that you'll need to add. In order to add a UDF, you'll scroll to the top, click the add button, paste in the name of the UDF, and then select the type of UDF. So there's any text, a date, a list of values, a number, true or false, or yes or no, and I'll identify in the list of UDFs below this video which type of UDF each one is. So the office location UDF, for example, is a list of values. And you'll see when I go to edit it, the list of values will be the names of your various office locations. So when you're tracking prospects, you'll know which office is managing each prospect. Some are just going to be date UDFs, pretty straightforward. Some will be any text, so you'll just type in what it is. Set first appointment will be a yes or no, qualified yes or no. And then lastly, there's UDF for became a client. And this one we're going to use throughout the process to quickly identify where someone is in the onboarding process. So if they are still pending as a prospect, they'll be pending. If they have become a client, it'll be a yes. And if they have not become a client, it'll be no. And I will put this full list of UDFs that need to be added below this video. Step 2 is similar to step 1, except this time we're going to add user-defined fields at the account level. So we're going to add reallocated from AUM and account 1. So coming back over to Redtail, we're going to come back up here to the account UDFs. And these are the two here. Reallocated from AUM is going to be a number, and account 1 is going to be a list of values. Pending yes or no. And this is similar to client 1. So that was tracking at the prospect level. This is tracking at the account level. Have we won this account? So is this account pending? Have we won this account, or have we lost this account? And same thing, I'll put these two UDFs and the field type they should be in the description below this video. So next we're going to create the custom exports. But first I want to show you that the user-defined fields are now available to add to a contact record. So once they've been added to the database lists, now they're available to add to each and every contact record. And then also to the accounts. So we're going to create two custom exports, one for the prospect sheet and one for the production sheet. For the prospect sheet, we're going to need these fields, and also they need to be in this order. So I'll show you how to select these fields and then how to order them so that when you export them, this is the order of the columns that they show up. Oh, okay. So I skipped the slide. The prospect sheet and then the production sheet. All right, so let me show this now in Redtail. So to create a custom export, actually, sorry, first I wanted to show the UDFs. So on a contact record, you can access the UDFs. If you scroll down and this section down here, you'll find the UDFs. When you have a blank contact record, nothing will show up. And then as you need these UDFs, you can add them. So you just go to add and you'll scroll down until you see the one you need to add, office location, for example. You can add the office location that this prospect is associated with, and then click add UDF. At the account level, so I've already created an example account, but you'll also scroll down towards the bottom. You'll see account user defined fields, and you'll add the user defined fields. If it's a number, you'll put in a value. If it's account 1, you'll select one of the 3 drop downs that we put in. Okay, back to custom exports. So you'll also go up to your name, top right, click manage your account, and click custom export templates. This you do not need to be an admin to create. So I've already created these, but I'm going to show you how to create one from scratch. So you click new and give it a name. So let's call the first one prospect sheet. And then let's see if I can show both of these screens. All right. So these are the fields that we need in our custom export for the prospect sheet. ID is included. So in this case, it's going to be the contact record ID in Redtail. That's not one we need to add. So company name. Company name is under basic information. Status is under contact details. Category, contact created, last name, first name, source and referred by. And then you'll see these UDFs that we've created. So scroll down until you get to the contact UDF section. And we're just going to select all of these. Then you'll see we also need writing advisor and important information. We're not going to select the account UDF fields on this report. We'll select those on the next report. All right, so writing advisor is up here. That's going to be the advisor that's managing this prospect. And then important information. See it right away, you can always just do search. So it's under know your client, and we'll select important information. So once we've selected all the fields we want on this custom export, we'll click save. And here's where we do the ordering. So everything will just show up in I think it's alphabetical order based on, well, it's alphabetical order based on the name of, never mind, I'm not sure it's in alphabetical order. So company name, so we're going to drag status. You just click on them and pull them to reorder. So we're going to do company name, status, category, contact created, last name, first name, source, referred by, Then we're going to do our first 4 UDFs. So we're going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to do writing advisor. Then we have 10 through 20, and then important information as the last one. All right, so you can double check you've got them in the right order. And then click save. So now I have 2 that are named the same thing. I'll do the one that's today. I'll go ahead and delete this other one. We're going to do the same thing for production sheet. So I'll create another new one. Call this one production sheet. The first set of fields are all the same, and then they're different towards the bottom. So we're going to need company name, status, category, contact created, first name, last name, source, referred by. I'm going to go ahead and add writing advisor because we'll need that later. And then we're going to scroll down to contact UDFs. And we're going to need 5, 6, 7, and 8. We already have writing advisor. We're going to grab number 11 for the first appointment date. And then we have several account fields. So I'm going to scroll up, and it's going to be under either account information or account general information. So application date, we have account balance, account type, account company, product, status, and then account issue date. I'll scroll to the bottom and grab the last 2, account 1 and reallocated. Click save, and then we'll reorder these. So company name, status, category, contact created, last name, first name, source, referred by, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Writing advisor, number 11. All right. Then we have application date. Balance, type, company, product, status, reallocated, issue date, account 1. Click save. All right, now the 2 custom exports are prepared. We'll go on to the next step. So the next step is to create a quick list, and this is that dynamic search filter across all the contacts in your database so that you can pull these custom exports that we just created for a specific set of contacts. Now, in this case, this is just going to be a broad filter across all prospects and clients. And if you want to get more specific than that, you can. I mean, you could just grab prospects and clients that were created in 2022 in the database, or lots of other parameters. And one thing to keep in mind is that in order to run a report like this, your contacts have to be accurately categorized. If some are labeled prospect and some are labeled hot prospect and some are labeled leads, it's going to be difficult to capture all of those unless everybody in your firm is categorizing prospects the same way. So I'm going to drop this resource below, but this is what we call our Redtail style guide. And this goes over the status field in Redtail and the category field. And so status is like the largest net you can spread. And, a status, we say a contact can only have one status. They're never going to have two statuses. And then category comes underneath status and breaks it down even further. So, for example, client under status is going to be all clients, any kind of client in your firm. And then under category, you can have your different tiers. You could have plan participants. You can have flat fee clients. But in this case, we're going to want to grab all clients and all prospects in this filter because we want to track everybody that was a prospect and became a client and anybody that was a prospect and then became a lost prospect. And I'm going to attach this below this video. Okay, so let's create this quick list in Redtail. So to create a quick list in Redtail, you go to contacts, and I'm already here, and then go to advanced search. This is where you'll type in your parameters. So we'll do contact, status equal to client, or contact status equal to prospect. You'll click run. Now in this demo database, there's 39 records that fall into either of these search parameters. So to save this, click save. Let's give it a name. And then you can give it a description. And now if you want to run this report really quickly, you come up to the little person, quick list, and here's the new one we just created. So click that. And it's automatically going to run this report. Okay, so we made it to the last step. We're going to run our exports, and this is the culmination of everything that we've put together in Redtail. So these are the two exports we're going to run, the production sheet and the prospect sheet off of this quick list that we created. And let's head over to Redtail to do that. So here's the quick list again. I'm going to click select this. Now this, when you click this checkbox, it only selects everything on the first page. In this case, everything's only on one page. But if there's multiple pages, in order to select all the pages, you have to click the checkbox and then click select all. So now every page is selected. Once we've done that, we come over here, click custom exports, and then our custom export templates will show up. We'll start with the prospect sheet, run that export. And the production sheet and run that export. Now, the amount of time it takes for an export depends on how much data you're asking it to pull. In this case, they're fairly small, so they went fairly quickly, and they just downloaded to my downloads folder and show up here. Sometimes if it's a much larger export, it will say when this export is done, you can find it in your downloads folder. Downloads folder within Redtail, not downloads folder on your computer. So in that case, you'll come up to your name and click manage your downloads. and it will be here as opposed to automatically downloading on your computer. So, but in this case, they've opened up here. So let me open these up. And again, this is what I showed in the intro video. Here's all the data ready to go and paste into the Track That Advisor dashboard. And here is our production data. So this has account values, types of accounts, company, what status it's in, how much is going to be reallocated to AUM, or sorry, reallocated from AUM. And this is ready to copy. Okay, great. So we've got everything set up in Redtail to run these exports, but there's not actually any data yet. So how do we enter all this data? And the best way to do it is using a workflow as the prospect moves through your onboarding process. So as an example, let's say you have a step, confirm initial consultation scheduled. So once it's scheduled, you'll link the contact record in Redtail to the calendar event. Then you'll update the target date of this workflow to the date of the initial consultation. You'll update the opportunity, and then you can fill out the Track That Advisor UDFs. So the first appointment has been set. This is the date. The status of the client is pending. And so let's look at what that might look like in Redtail. So these are our standard workflow templates. The one I'm going to go over is the introductory call, but let's go to a client record and kick off this workflow. So on our client record, we'll click the plus button, workflows. We're going to select the introductory call workflow and click create and edit. So then you'll see each one of these steps. So when a prospect reaches out to you, add all known information to Redtail and categorize them as a hot prospect, going back to our style guide. Then we're going to schedule the call. And here we have a sample email scheduling the initial consultation. Create a new prospect folder. So in your central file storage location for prospects, create a folder for them. And then here I have fill out Track That Advisor UDFs. So which office is it? If they came through a seminar, what was the date and location of the seminar? If they came through TV or radio, which one was it? And then which advisor is assigned to this prospect? And then as you work your way through the workflow, this is to confirm that it actually has been scheduled. If they still haven't scheduled, then you'll follow up with them. And we have an email template for following up. And then once they have scheduled, you'll link the contact record to the appointment on your calendar. You'll add any attendees to the call, update the target date of this workflow to the day of the meeting, and then here again, fill out the Track That Advisor UDF. So now you have a first appointment set, so you can mark this as yes, and you can write down the date of the first appointment. And this is how you make sure you don't forget to fill this data out as you are working through the onboarding process. So this is what a workflow template looks like in Redtail. And just as an example, we also have these in PDF format. So our steps, our tasks, and anything related. And this is what it looks like here. And I'll paste this down below this video just so you have something to refer to what a workflow looks like. If you have any follow-up questions to these videos, feel free to reach out to me at joe@simplicityOps.com. You can also ask a question in the community. There'll be a link to that below. If you're interested in reaching out to us about our CRM assessment or full engagement, you can also ask a question in the community or contact me at my email address. If you have questions for the Track That Advisor team, you can reach out to them at support@trackthatadvisor.com, and they can also send you this video and slides. And if you'd like to work with them to start utilizing their dashboard, you can reach out to them there. Thanks for watching.